Hello everyone, myself Sampada Annes and my teammate is Samruddhi KM. Today we are going to explain you guys about application of stacks using two codes. First, I'll be explaining you guys about a C program to check whether the string is a palindrome or not using stack. A stack data structure is utilized to check whether the given string is a palindrome or not. The program iterates to a string, pushing each character onto the stack. Then it compares character from both ends of the stack. If they match, it continues. Otherwise, it concludes that the string is not a palindrome. If the loop completes without finding any mismatches, the string is determined to be a palindrome. This is the first section of the code. This section includes necessary header files like standard input output.h, standard library.h, and string.h. It defines a constant max to represent the maximum size of the stack. Top and front are initialized to -1 and 0 respectively. Top represents the top of the stack and front is used to transfer the string. An integer array stack is declared to act as a stack. Next, this is the second section of the code which I'll be explaining you guys in the next slide. This is the second section of the code. It starts with a main function void main, then declaration of variables I and choice as integers, s as a character array of size max, and b as a character. Then we move on to an infinite loop. Displays menu options for the user and reads the choice where option 1 will be entering of the string and option 2 will be exiting from the program. Then we move on to a switch case, switch statement to handle user's choice. If the user chooses option 1, that is entering of the string, it prompts the user to enter a string and reads it. Then we move on to loops through a character of the enter string, pushes each character onto the stack, loops through the first half of the string to check for a palindrome, then compares character from the top and front of the stack, pops the top character and increments the front index. If characters don't match, prints that the string is not a palindrome, and there it breaks the loop. If the loop completes, indicating that the string is a palindrome, then if it is a palindrome, prints that the string is a palindrome. Then it again resets the front and top indexes. If the user chooses option 2, then it exits from the program. Next, we move on to the next section of the code where we define push and pop functions, where void push define of the push function which pushes a character onto the stack, then increments top and assigns the character to the top of the stack. Then definition of the pop function which pops a character from the stack, decrements top to remove the top element from the stack. Then we have finally the output of the code, where here what we have done is, first we have entered the option 1 where entering of the string, it have asked, we have entered the word radar is of course a palindrome, so it has printed radar is a palindrome. Then the user has chosen option 2 where we exist from the program. Again we selected option 1 where we enter the string. Now we have chosen a word hello. Hello is of course not a palindrome, so it prints that hello is not a palindrome. Then again we have chosen option 2 which exists from the program. Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Samruddhi. Today I'm going to be explaining about how to convert infix expression to a postfix expression. Infix to postfix conversion is a process of converting mathematical expressions from infix notation to postfix notation, where operations are placed between operands. And this conversion is useful because postfix notation is easier to evaluate. As we can see, we have used two header files. The one is standard input output, and the other one is character handling functions. And next we have declared character array named stack to be used as a stack to store operations. Top is an integer variable initialized to -1. See, if we have given the value as -1, it means the stack is empty. And if we see next, we have used the push character. It is used to push an element onto the stack. It takes the character, any character x, as input and implements top before pushing x onto the stack. So, and then comes the pop one. So, this function pop is used to pop an element from the stack. It returns the top element to the stack and uh, decrements top after popping. If the stack is empty, that means if the stack is minus, it returns -1. Next we can see uh, we have initialized in priority as character X. This function priority assigns priority level to operations. Parenthesis, we have written character S have the lowest priority 0 plus and minus have priority 1, and star which means multiplication and divisions have priority 2. It is basically we have explained how the priority is initialized, how it is ordered. Next comes our main function. This is the main function where the program execution starts. It declares variables expression to store the input expression. E has a pointer to traverse the expression and X to hold each character to the of the expression. It then prompts the user to enter an expression and read it using scanf. So we can see we have declared printf, scanf, and others. E means expression. Next, we have used a while loop here. This part of the code is responsible for converting the expression to a postfix notation. It iterates through each character of the input expression. If the character is an alphanumerical character, which means an operand, it is directly printed. If it's an opening parenthesis, it's pushed onto the stack. If it's a closed parenthesis, it pops elements from the stack and prints them until it encounters the corresponding opening parenthesis. For operations, it compares this priority with the top element of the stack and pops elements accordingly. Finally, it increments E to move to the next character, which is E++. So again, we have used another while loop. After processing the entire expression, this part pops the and prints any remaining operation from the stack. Basically, what we are doing here is pushing and popping elements according to their characters, and which means operands on operators. And we can see the output. We have given the expression using what our program has done here is pushed and popped all the elements and given the output. So overall, this C program takes an infix arithmetic expression as input and converts it into postfix notation, which is then printed out. Thank you.